What's up, fellas, and welcome back to another video, this time with a Q&A. My name is Ray, and I'm your host as every day. God damn it, that's so cheesy, isn't it? So in this video, I wanted to get back to all the Q&A stuff I put out there on the interwebs and the YouTubes like a week ago, and a few of you guys actually sent in some interesting questions, and considering the channel size of the channel, yeah, it weren't that many questions. It was like 4 or 5, but that's cool. I actually got questions. And just under this video, or whenever you want, just send me questions and I'm going to put them in the next Q&A video if I don't forget about it, which is probably not going to happen because questions don't happen that often on my channel. So let's get down with the answering of the first one. First question is from Jared at icetundra_. He wrote, "Hey, I heard that you were having a Q&A and I just wanted to ask you, why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? And congrats on 900 subs. Yay." Well, first off, thank you for the congratulations on the 900 subs. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Well, this YouTube thing kind of started like 6 years ago, like in 2008 with my cousin. Back then we did something that wasn't really that legal. We uploaded music videos and we got a lot of views for them, so that were like my first steps in the world of social media and online video broadcasting stuff and YouTube in general. Back then YouTube was a whole different place, I'm telling you. But we had some decent success with that. We actually printed out like channel flyers and like advertisement stuff and handed it out to people. Went into a shopping mall and placed those printed out things everywhere. That was probably also some kind of vandalism. And when we're talking about gaming videos, I think that all started in like 2010, so that's 4 years ago. Back then I obviously started doing German commentaries on Call of Duty and Minecraft. Actually my first video was, I think, of Minecraft back in like alpha days, pre-alpha. I don't know, it was like really early in the stages of Minecraft, so that's like around the time that CNanners put up his first videos. That should give you some kind of perspective on that. I don't even know if that was 2010 or 11. I think it was 2010. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna feel bad about myself for putting out the wrong dates here, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. So I uploaded Minecraft videos back then, and that was a lot of fun. I actually collaborated with a lot of my actual real-life friends back then, who I knew from school and from the neighborhood, and who I just knew, and we made videos together, eventually resulting in like everybody from a circle of friends knowing about my channel, and that resulted in dislikes, of course, because that's what friends do, right? The reason why I started the channel in German, I mean, back then I was already capable of speaking English pretty well, but I wanted to do it in German because I felt like the English speaking competition when it came to gaming videos wasn't, you know, any match to the German one, because the German one wasn't really there. The community of German Let's Players and stuff like that was really thin, and it's like they were pretty much non-existent. That all changed, of course, sometime during the last 3 years or so, because there's now TV spots on national TV of Let's Players having their ship promoted. So that's pretty cool. And they're not even that big when we're talking about American YouTube standards. Like they have like, I don't know how many subs the biggest Let's Player in Germany has. Like, it's like 5 million tops. And he's on national fucking TV. So that should give you some kind of perspective on how things get treated here in the land of the Germans. So eventually the Game Teddy came along. So a few of you guys actually might remember my previous channel before this one right here. It was called The Game Teddy. And I got to like 700 subs, which was amazing. But I didn't like the branding of the channel because, you know, The Game Teddy, I didn't really have any affiliation with the name Teddy after like 2011, which was the year I started the channel in, because after that nobody called me Ted anymore, because that was a nickname I had for like a half a year. So I thought that might stick with me, so I thought let's get the nickname The Game Teddy going on YouTube, but that kind of, I didn't feel too good about that. So eventually I wanted to create a new channel starting from the beginning with super high quality videos, and I think I kind of did that. The only thing that I'm kind of slacking in right now is probably consistency of video uploads, because I have so much shit to do. Sometimes YouTube has to be the second thing in my life and not the first thing, but I'm trying to make that better in the next few weeks, because then I'm gonna put so much effort into this. You're gonna believe it, man. And the reason why I started that channel was because I wanted to entertain people. The best thing that I get in terms of response and feedback is when people Jesus, I'm sweating. These fucking lights are so hot. The best kind of feedback is when people tell me that I could like brighten up their day or help them out, as seldom as that might occur to you. I mean, helping people with my videos, really? Is that like an educational thing? But sometimes people thank me for telling them things that I didn't know before. So there's that. But that's the reason why I want to do this YouTube thing. I want to entertain people, put smiles on their faces, and put fists in the faces of the haters, because that's cool. So entertaining you guys is probably the reason why I did that. And of course, because I know how to deal with video editing programs. I do that all the time. I like short films. I like movie making, filmmaking, all that kind of stuff. And all that kind of funneled into this thing that is now a gaming channel on YouTube. Because gaming is what I love, and video production is what I love. Filmmaking that kind of goes together. So that kind of started the channel. Yeah, question answered, I hope. Jesus, it's fucking hot in here. Fuck. So the next question from Gastag at 100 Mr. Gaz. Q&A in parentheses, I think those are called. Favorite video game character? Question mark. Well, this is probably not gonna come to any of you as a surprise. It's definitely Heavy Rains. Jason! Jason? 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 Jason! Yeah, that kid is badass. It's probably definitely gotta be Link, because Zelda games are just so much fun. I kind of grew up with them, especially back in the GameCube days. I just fucking, I spent so much time playing Zelda the Wind Waker because I loved that game. That was like the best thing back then. It was like open world, but kind of not, because I had islands everywhere, and that was like the best experience I had when it comes to gaming. So that is something I really like to be reminiscing about. So it's gotta be Link, because Zelda is awesome. Yeah, the green little boy called Zelda fighting off Bowser. Ah, who doesn't love that? I hope that answered your question. So on to the next one. So the next question is from a guy called Rocky at Hidden Bacon 123 on Twitter. That is such a great name, but it's kind of sad. Who would hide bacon from anyone? You're cruel. What the fuck were you thinking about hiding that bacon? His question is, can you play Watch Dogs multiplayer? Also, what is your final thoughts on Watch Dogs? Alright, let's get down to that. Well, first when Watch Dogs came out, I played the multiplayer and it was completely fucked up. I couldn't get into lobbies, it didn't work, it lagged like shit, and people were just running me over all the time. So that was my experience with Watch Dogs multiplayer. Since I did that one video that kind of did pretty well, actually, I didn't really touch the multiplayer because I wanted to get the story done first for the channel. So that leads to the second part of your question. What are my final thoughts on Watch Dogs? Well, you better prepare for that one. Well, honestly, the game was kind of disappointing and a letdown, because it was hyped so much since that E3 preview we got like in 2012. Since then, the hype didn't stop, it was always there. Everybody said, when Watch Dogs gonna come out, the next gen consoles are really gonna shine, and then it's out and it looks like shit. I mean, it doesn't look like shit, but it's comparable to GTA 4 in terms of graphics, and that is 6 fucking years old. There's that. The story especially was so predictable at some points. It's just total cliche. Like, the ending was kind of a twist, so I'll give the game that. I didn't really expect what happened there in the end at the one place that we were. Check out the final part of my playthrough if you don't know what I'm talking about. So the last couple of minutes of the game were interesting. The rest was also interesting. It wasn't bad, it wasn't horrible. I liked it. But it was still very disappointing, because my expectations were here, and like the final game was like way down there on the floor. And you know, the game is probably the most important one when it comes to this channel in particular, because I got the game so many days before the rest of the world, and people found my channel through the game. But that doesn't change the fact that it was disappointing, and I don't know if I'm gonna check out the multiplayer. It doesn't always work. There's so many glitches when it comes to the multiplayer. It's fun doing all that that stuff when you're high in the game with the what's it called? Digital trips. That's pretty fun. But other than that, getting run over and not being able to kill other people, man, I don't know if I'm gonna check into the multiplayer again. So I hope that kind of answered your question, and that's perfectly gonna segue into the last question, which is the fourth question, coming from two guys actually. First guy is Abasmo. How is your English so good, man? And Sogorn, my question to you is the same as Abasmo at the bottom here. How is your English so damn good? I'm from London and I think your English is even better than mine. LOL. I'm guessing you guys over in Germany have to learn English in school? Well, let's get down to it. First of all, thank you for kind of giving me the compliments about my English speaking proficiency. It's very much obliged. So the thing is, this body is kind of a mixture and dead pool of cultures and nationalities. So basically, a lot of people in my family, a lot of family members are living in other countries because in my family it is kind of, you know, kind of grew accustomed to everybody to get into another country because, I don't know, maybe my family is like the traveler type or the adventurous type, I don't know. But there's a lot of people in my family who live in different countries, which is the reason why I speak English so well. So back when I was a little kid, I was always traveling into other countries and a lot of people wanted to talk to me and I didn't speak their language. Like, for example, I got people living in Portugal. I don't speak Portuguese, so I had to make do with English. Also, there's people living in the United States of America when it comes to my family, so obviously English is the first thing to speak to those people because German is not gonna work for the most people there. So at the end of the day, I kind of had to learn the English language if I wanted or not. That kind of sounds bad, but I'm very glad that I actually learned it to the point where I can freely express myself like this right here, because English-speaking people in Germany, you know all the stereotypes about people speaking like cis and not being able to pronounce anything because they just talk like that and maybe they don't know the words to maybe something and they cannot communicate with other people so well. Well, the thing is, a lot of guys here speak like that and their English sucks, but the media and the stereotypes kind of over dramatize things a little bit. So, but if you can actually speak English like me, which is probably good because you gave me the compliments on my English, then that's a good thing in Germany because, you know, people look for that when you're looking for a job and you can say, yeah, my English is very good. That's like an instant plus for them. So thank you guys for watching this Q&A video. As I said in the beginning, sometime in the beginning, I think I said that somewhere in the beginning, I think so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and also leave some comments down below with questions because they are most likely gonna make it into the next video. Also, those questions were surprisingly, how should I say this? Normal? It can get weirder, you know? Just do it. Well, thanks again for watching this video. This has been Ray and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.